And we are back with segment 2 of the Cummins Real Estate Show with Michele Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope. Well, we talked about all kinds of stuff in the first segment, but now what are we talking about here in the second segment?
Well, we want to keep this short and sweet because, it's Canada Day. It's Canada Day long weekend at the start of it. It's so early, half the people may not even be up yet. So let's talk a little bit more real estate and then everyone can go have some fun.
There we go.
So the pandemic, okay? The craze will return, if you can believe it, once mortgage rates hit 5%. You ask me how?
When you said craze, I don't know why my mind went to I'm going to have to chase after toilet paper all over the place again. Not that craze.
Not that craze.
Okay, good.
The real estate craze.
The real estate craze is coming back.
Yeah, the pandemic craze. Okay, so the interest rates were so low, and those who locked in at those low rates, the reason why it's going to return and the reason why right now we don't have enough listings, we have way more buyers than we have listings, even though the interest rates are going up. And mind you, the interest rates are going up again July 13th. It's almost a given. Everyone says they are. And we know that the government's mandate is to get that inflation down to 2%, and they don't mind a recession. In fact, we are in a recession. We are in it. And rates are going to keep on going up until that rate gets to 2%. That's the target. And they don't care how many foreclosures there are and all that. But right now, one of the reasons we don't have a lot of listings compared to buyers is because who's going to sell their property? Those that got locked into the 1 point whatever percent, under 2%, under 3%, and especially if their mortgage isn't portable, why would they sell now just to purchase something that is much higher interest rate? So we have a lot of people holding on. They're just waiting. And then when their mortgage comes up for renewal, we're going to see a lot hit the market. So that is the pandemic craze that's going to be returning once the interest rates hit that percentage. Those that are coming from under 2 or 3, going up to 5% or more is going to be really tough on them. So that is what's going to, be in the future here. It's almost a given. It's almost like math. It's just going to happen. And new listings to go along with that have plummeted 27%. 27%, marking biggest annual fall since the pandemic. So it's just why would you list and sell, especially since the market has been correcting since last year? So not only are prices a bit down, even though they're still really high, but why would you if you have such a great interest rate? So that's the news, and that's something that we're in the midst of right now. So those realtors out there that are concerned, or maybe they slowed down, sales have slowed down, sellers and buyers who are looking for a place, and there's just not enough to choose from. Well, there will be more coming up in the future, but it doesn't mean that the market will be a better market to buy in. So that's something as well. A lot of buyers are holding off and waiting too, because they're like, well, there's nothing really that works. There's all sorts of creative ideas for financing. Vendor take-back mortgages are happening right now. I mean, you can take half of, you can go into a shared, you can go into a rent-to-own. There's so many things you and the seller can decide on that's actually good for both of you, that actually benefits both of you in today's style market. So many creative ways. Go knock on doors, go find out. So if you're a buyer and there's just not the right place for you, get a realtor like myself who doesn't mind hustling for you and finding the right opportunity for you, because they are out there every day. So that's my little spiel on that.
Well, I was reading some economists are saying that they figured that of the G7 countries, and this is something I have a very rudimentary understanding of when it comes to economies and things like that by 2025 we could, in fact, at the rate we're going, have the strongest economy of the G7 countries. So hopefully that will help with all this too. I don't know. Yeah. I learned very little about that in school, so.
We are such a strong community and a strong area, Canada in general, but our area of Canada as well. And I just see it going. I was just talking with somebody who came from Alberta. They sold their place there for like 300 and something thousand, and it was beautiful. It was amazing. And they're coming here and they're needing to get into a place, but they got only $40,000 was what they got from that. And they're like, that's not a strong enough really down payment. Definitely not a down payment. Maybe a deposit initially, but definitely not for a down payment on a property here. They've got 6 kids. It's a couple with 6 kids, Curtis, and they're trying to buy here from Alberta. And so that is going to take some creativeness to find them a place where they don't have to rent, because rent is so high, and you just, how can you build up your deposit when you're renting at the rates that there are today? But there are creative ways of getting in the market, because once you get in this market, you're golden. You're fine. It's just getting into our market. That's the tough part.
Right.
So do everything you can to get into it, and then stay in it if you can. Unless you're like retired and you're just going to go gallivanting across, the world or North America, or you're like, I'm going. I've got enough to sustain myself, and I'm just going to go have fun, or living in. Last week, our show was on the 10 most affordable places in BC, and it's funny. I had a comment. I think it was on my TikTok. On my TikTok, I had a comment from somebody who said, it doesn't make sense, the prices with what you're saying is the most affordable. And I had to go, well, it's not all about purchase price of getting into a community. It's how affordable is it living there?
Yes.
Right? So it's the jobs, it's the how much is the food in that, how much is the gas in that community, how much is how much, right? So it's everything combined makes it the most affordable place to live. So not just about purchase price, but yes, that does obviously have a hand in hand with that. But yeah, so talking about that, if you want to get in our community, this beautiful area, the Fraser Valley and the Lower Mainland, into real estate, which is one of the best investments you can do. I talk with so many people, obviously, and some gal came from China. She's all, I came here with hardly any money. She only had a little bit to put down, and she bought her first pre-construction because you only had to put a little bit down. Her first investment in Canada. She's a single mom of 2 kids, and she did not have hardly any. I think she said she had $15,000, and she initially did that, and then when she flipped it, like before it completed, she sold it. So she made a little bit of money. She was able to do it again, and she kept on replicating that. Like, she kept on doing it, and she has built her wealth. And she owns a couple places in Ontario. She owns a couple places here. She was able to help her kids through college, and she's a single mom, and she did it all by just investing a little bit at a time and just building her real estate wealth. And that's all she did. So she doesn't work. That's all she did. And people do it all the time. And it is the best. Well, I have to say, okay, I love it too. That's why I invest in real estate. Obviously, I just got some stocks and some other things, right? But it is just tried and true. Terra, earth, real estate. It's real. And we will always need food and a roof over our head, those 2 things in life.
Right.
And clothes, that helps. So going on to new listings coming up this week. It's a long weekend, so we're not going to see these until Tuesday or Wednesday. But I got a townhouse coming up in Abbotsford, right near the hospital. It's a 2-story plus basement home, 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom. The yard is right off the dining area and the kitchen area. It's updated. It is a really cute townhouse, and it comes with a carport. It's priced at $680,000. So that one's coming up if you want Abbotsford near the hospital. And it's if you got kids, you might be walking them to the hospital every week because kids are prone to...
They might have a Cody.
And then I got a log townhouse coming up at Sasquatch Resort, where I bought one of my investments last year. Awesome community up on Hemlock Mountain. It's all season living, and we know that the government is putting their over $3 billion into building up that resort to make it the next Whistler. So if you want a full-time, you could live there full-time, or vacation property, this is a great one because it's a corner one. It's got the windows, and it's got a cute little place right next to it where the kids can sled down the hillside. Like, it's a great location in this small, I think it's 6 units Yes, 6-unit townhouse complex, and it's log, and it's a cabin feel. So ski, mountain bike, snowshoe. There's so much to do out there. So that's the townhouse. Single garage. So you got a garage too. You could put your ATV in there, your snowmobiles in there, and it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, deck looking out to the ski runs. Obviously, mountain views. And actually, the summertime up there, I have found I like even a little bit more, I think, than the ski season. Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. And it's going to be listed at $630,000. And then I've got for $419,000, a 6,800 square foot lot. And it's at Rivers Reach in Harrison Mills, and it comes with building plans, and that's thousands of dollars of worth for these building plans. Comes with them. Build it if you want, build your own if you want, customize it if you want, but that is a lot. So if you're a builder, or you're an investor, or you're thinking about building your future home and you want to live where you play, where the eagles soar, then that might be the perfect place for you. Because where are you going to buy a 6,800 square foot lot in Mission or Abbotsford or anywhere else for $419,000?
Nowhere.
Nowhere. And no open houses this weekend because this is Canadian Day Long weekend. Yes, you can book any of my listings to view this weekend by an appointment, but no open houses. So go have fun or call me for an appointment for one of my listings and have a wonderful Canada Day Long weekend. The quote for today: we generate fears while we sit. We overcome them by action. So if you're feeling fearful and you're sitting, well, get up and move. Take action. And that's from Dr. Henry Link.
All right. I like that one. If people want more information about your listings and what you do as a realtor, all that, where can they go?
MichelleCummins.ca.
And join us again next week when we will talk real estate in order to unlock your real estate potential on a show where real estate is maximized. Thanks for listening.